Hi, Brenton Ford here. Welcome to Feedback Friday number 23, where each week we bring you the analysis of someone's stroke. This episode is a little bit different. We've got a swimmer who joined our online coaching membership in February. And last year, this person did a 2-hour Ironman swim time and joined in the aim of going under an hour 30 for the Ironman swim coming up in November. So in the last 2 or 3 months, we've worked on his technique and worked on his stroke, and he's making some really good progression. So before he joined the membership, he was unable to swim under 20 minutes for a K, and just recently posted a PB of 19:23. So under that 2-minute mark per 100, which is a good benchmark to get to. And he probably not too far off being able to do that for 4K. Probably another couple of weeks, couple of months away from that. But in terms of looking to get under that hour 30 for his Ironman swim time, if he keeps practicing what he's doing in the next couple of months, should be pretty comfortable, pretty confident in getting under that hour 30 if he's going a PB for his kilometre swim time. So in this video, I'm going to show you what he was looking like at the start, and then what we've focused on over the last 2 or 3 months to be able to get him down under that 20-minute mark for a K, and then what we're working on from here. So if we just cut back to the start, this is the first video that he sent in February. So you can see here, just in terms of the stroke, slipping a little bit with his stroke, not holding great water. Now, a lot of that was coming from the crossover with the stroke. So this is one thing that we focus on quite a bit is the right alignment. Now, you can see it here. You'll see it even better from the front. But basically, both arms are crossing over that midline, which was causing him to do a couple things there. So one of the things that was causing was the timing to just be thrown out, especially on the breathing stroke. So you can see right here, okay, this lead arm out in front, his right arm, is just it's pulling through a bit too soon. So he hasn't really got the timing right here. You can see his head's still out getting the breath while this arm is already under his shoulder. So the timing was out. A lot of that being caused by that crossover. You can see it on the other side as well. Okay, on this left side, this is even more pronounced. Again, that left arm's just pulled through too soon. So he hasn't got that stability and control out the front there. We want to try and keep one arm out in front of the head at all times. So he was just missing that a little bit. You can also see with his distance per stroke, okay, not getting that much out of each stroke there. So that's one of the things that we also worked on. Now from the front, you can just see that crossover. Okay, it stands out a little bit more from the front here. All right, so yeah, you can just see there. What we want to try and achieve is swimming on train tracks. So every time your hand enters and you extend forwards, keep it in line with your ear or your shoulder. It doesn't mean you pull through straight, but just on the entry and the extension. The other thing you'll notice here is with the pull through, it was pulling through fairly straight with both arms. So basically, once you're pulling through underneath your body, all right, so here, we want to see a bit of bend in the elbow. It's almost like a triangle on the side. And he was just pulling through a little bit too straight here. So there's a little bit of elbow bend, which is good, but we want to see a bit more. So it should look like almost a triangle or a half diamond shape once you're pulling through under the shoulder there. The reason for that is twofold. One, you can engage your lats. You can use your lats a lot more when you're doing that. The other thing is the forearm and the hand can be angled a lot better to press back on the water when you've got that angle. So that's one of the things we worked on. Now, if we cut to this is 2 or 3 months later. All right, now this is the most recent video, and this is where he's started to improve his times. So you can see there's quite a few improvements here. Let's just cut to the front view to start with. Much better alignment. Okay, pretty much on those train tracks every stroke. So much better with the alignment. What that's also doing for him is improving the sort of underwater position with the arm there. So he's starting to get that little bit more bend in the elbow. Let's just bring it back again. All right, a little bit more bend in the elbow here. A little bit hard to see. There you go. All right, so we're starting to get that elbow bend come in on a few of the strokes, which is good. Something that we're still working on. The catch and the pull, like I say in a lot of videos, is that stuff takes the most time, but coming along very well there. The other thing as well that you'll notice is the timing's a lot better. So right here, on those breathing strokes, he's keeping this lead arm out just that little bit longer to give him the support and balance that he needs when he's breathing. And you can see he's just getting that little bit more distance per stroke now with that. All right, so just swimming easier, getting more distance per stroke, and really just kind of getting the fundamentals right now. So the fundamentals that I like to start with are often alignment, breathing, and body position. Then we start to work on sometimes the recovery, the rhythm and the timing, and the catch and the pull. But they're very hard to do if you don't have the fundamentals in place. So what we're working on now that has improved those things and changed those habits over the last 2 or 3 months. One, we're going to start to look at increasing the stroke rate a bit over time, especially if you're racing triathlon or open water and you've got a wetsuit on. Stroke rate minimum should be about 60 strokes per minute. Doesn't matter who you are, but at least 60 strokes per minute. But over time, I think for him here, we're probably looking at 60, 65, 70. But that'll take a few months, if not 6 to 12 months, to be able to comfortably hold and be efficient with sort of 65, 70 strokes per minute plus. But it's coming together here. But in open water with a wetsuit on, you're normally always going to have a slightly faster rating. Another thing that we're going to work on, probably entering a little bit further out with this left arm. I think it's still entering too close to the head in a very sharp angle. So I like to kind of enter almost at full extension, but not at full extension so that your elbow hits first, but a fair way out in front. That keeps the momentum going over the top, and you really get to transfer that momentum into the water a lot better if you enter a little bit further out than what he's doing here. Doesn't need to be a whole lot, but just a little bit. And then really one of the other things that we'll work on is continue with the catch and the pull. We'll still work on getting slightly better angles under the body, and also that typical sort of high elbow position that we've mentioned in a few of the past videos as well. And one of the other things too, I've just got to find the right position here, is going to be, all right, once we're here, all right, in this part of the stroke, we want everything to line up. And I mentioned this in one of the previous Feedback Friday videos. Amy Jones, who's a friend of mine and a coach, she talks a lot about, she calls it one happy family. So when you're in this phase of the stroke, the arm that's pulling through, you should have your shoulder, your elbow, and your hand all lined up. That's a very powerful position in freestyle. You can see here the elbow, the shoulder, that's lined up, but the hand is out in front. And what happens with that is the angle of the forearm and the hand, it's not bad, but it's primarily pressing down on the water and not pressing back on the water. And if we want to go forwards, we've got to press back. So that's one thing that we'll work on as well. Just with a couple of drills that we use in the membership and in our clinics and so on. So it's a process to improve your swimming. Nothing happens overnight, and it's often incremental. So sometimes you can make big jumps and big improvements. That sometimes happens, but it is an incremental thing, and it's just about following the process, and you've got to commit to it long term. And that's why inside our online membership it's a 12-month coaching membership where you can't join for a month, because often with a lot of improvements, it takes time. So I work with people who are committed to improving their swimming in the long term. So that's what we're working on with this athlete here. Now, in the last video, I was giving away an Annie Boy 2 to someone who commented on our last video and gave some good recommendations for drills. So we asked for a few drills to help with over rotation, pressing back too wide, and applying power too early in the catch. And the winner is Al Bundy 06. So don't you love YouTube names? Al Bundy 06 will get in contact with you on YouTube, and he had some very good recommendations for drills to help with each of those things. And the reason that I did that last video is because when it comes to improving your swimming, you've got to become your own coach. You've got to take ownership of your stroke and of your swimming, because I've worked with a lot of people over the last 10, 11 years that I've been coaching. And quite often it's the swimmers who improve the most are the ones that are actually really thinking about their stroke, and they're taking ownership of what they need to do to get faster. So when I'm coaching people, I want to be able to direct you and give you the right advice and be a bit of a sounding board. But it all comes down to what you end up doing with your swimming. So I can't be there and doing the laps for you. It comes down to you. So that's why I like you to think about this stuff and hopefully apply some of this stuff to your own swimming. Now, I'm going to give away another Annie Boy 2. And this time I want you to like the video, comment below with what you're working on in your stroke. So let me know below in the comments section what you're working on and what you'd like to improve in your own stroke. And next Feedback Friday, I will give away another Annie Boy 2. And I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you next week on another Feedback Friday. Thanks for watching.